Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This halfway just knocked out one of my workers.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Graham?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt regular...
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single... Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking... Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes... Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bit. Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped. Curious thing is, you've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the... If you should find... The more we got the corps fighting each other. Don't forget to come find old... Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a hand... You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of... He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another script. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at... Surgery, mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably...
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants...
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by... Has something happened to my favorite scruff... I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now if you're captaining it. It's a game we play, he and I. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells, he tells me he will soon. I impound his ship, he explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important... There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go... Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or... That's... Well, that's just terrible news. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. It's personal business, I'm afraid. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose. What? I'm sorry? I'm quite certain I heard Wells. Phineas Wells. But you... It's always like this with you tramp...
Oh, Captain Beano.
Yes, please do. I have a fragile constitution.
On second thought, maybe you should be mean to him just the littlest bit.
Well, once you've tired of your joke...
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Good. Let's try and keep it that way. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and... Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Hold on. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned. I have. I can't afford to lose any Mard. Nice and pragmatic. Thanks. Good.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Not another step in that direction.
Incoming! Take cover!
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm.
Pressing fire!
Got 'em all!
Smells kind of like...
so cozy. We did it! Easy. I'm ready. Nice one. Woo! We made it. Yulei's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these. Got it. Heads down.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight Mantipillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle.
I'm genuinely heartened.
You look like someone who's taken their... We all...